I hate when girls find out like their guy is talking to a girl and they go after the girl. And they're like, stop messaging my man.
I never understood that.
Chemical X.
Welcome back to the CHEMICALX podcast. It's your girls, Veronica and Alessia.
And we take away your Monday scaries.
Every Monday, new episodes. Subscribe down below, or if you're on Apple Music, rate us 5 stars, leave a little review if you're feeling spicy. So, Alessia,
Veronica,
the worst day of my life happened.
why? You say that every day.
I have bad luck. I have bad ass luck.
If you guys have been watching this podcast, you all know,
You know.
Veronica has bad luck.
So I actually decided that somebody put malocchio on me, which
Do you want to explain to everyone what
yeah,
malocchio is?
I'm gonna explain what it is. It's like when somebody like gives you the evil eye, so like they kind of like curse you.
Right.
Okay. So I'm convinced that somebody did that to me because a lot of bad shit's been happening in my life. And I told my mom, and she's like, "You see, because you're giving negative energy towards yourself, you probably gave the evil eye to yourself because you said." And I said, "Mom,
Is that a thing? Can you give yourself
I
the
said,
own?
Mom, come on, please, just let me be cursed. Let me be.
Wow. Let me
excuse
blame.
Let
Let me blame something.
please, like,
Because
let
I'm
me
not
just blame
blaming
my
myself.
problems. So it all starts off with me trying to be healthy, you know, eating salads because that's health. But then I'm going extra feta cheese, extra chicken.
I'm seeing the problem.
Oil,
I'm
you
seeing
know?
the problem right there.
But can we talk about salads? Like, there's unhealthy salads. Like,
Well, when I go get a salad, I get deep fried chicken. So I don't know. I'm better off
they
going to
go
McDonald's.
grilled or crispy. You say crispy.
I'm at McDonald's at that point. Can I take the chicken from the burger and put it in my?
I'm just gonna have a mac poulet no bun. That's my salad.
Hi, can I go to the strip club and ask for a hug? That's what a salad is. So
So anyway, so it all starts off with me trying to be healthy. So I'm ordering this salad. It's so good. And every time I eat it, I'm getting like an itchy reaction, which is probably my body saying, "Why are you feeding us healthy food? Help."
Right.
You know? So I'm like, what's going on? Like, I don't get it. So every time I eat the salad, and then I'm like, okay, there's crushed hazelnuts inside. Nuts. I don't usually have nuts in my salad. So I was like, you know what? Maybe that's what's causing
and you're like,
this.
it can't be the feta cheese because I eat cheese every day.
Can't be that. And then there's leaves. So there's not many culprits to
I
attack.
mean, yeah, you'd be allergic
Yeah,
by now.
I'd be having an allergic reaction. But it's tomatoes, you know, like there's not many culprits except these hazelnuts. So next time I go, I'm like, look, hold the hazelnuts, okay? I got enough nuts at home. So I eat my salad and we're in the clear. So I'm like, okay, mild hazelnut allergy. You know what I mean? But
So
no
now your
big-
list is shrimp and hazelnuts, right?
Shrimp. I'm not allergic to shrimp anymore, okay? We
Guys,
don't
just
talk
a
about
side note. Every time I say shrimps, my boyfriend goes, even if it's plural, it's always shrimp. I'm like, sorry.
fishes. Anyways, so I figure out, okay, I must be like mildly allergic to hazelnuts. So I'm like, whatever. And then like as I'm going, I'm like, but you know what's funny that like I'm not allergic to Nutella, which is made out of hazelnuts.
Right.
So I was like, must be like something else in the salad, whatever. I haven't had the salad since, so I just forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, I have obviously 2 Nutella horns because why have one when you can have 2? You know, I was like, this is amazing.
Guys, Nutella horns are probably the best thing to hit this planet. And it's basically like an Italian dough pastry with Nutella inside.
Yeah.
And
Horn.
then it's...
Well, now I know who gave me the evil eye. The fucking Nutella horn. Sheesh. So I have 2 of these. I'm like, amazing. Completely forget about my maybe hazelnut allergy.
Right.
I'm driving in the car and I start going,
Are
I'm
you driving or
literally
your boyfriend's driving?
I'm alone in the car. So I said, what happens if I have an allergic? I was planning, like, if I'm having an allergic reaction, like, what do I do? Like, do I crash my car into somebody else so that they can then help me? Because
Absolutely.
if I pull over, I
Veronica,
drive by people on the side of the road every single day and I have not stopped once.
The saying is every man for themselves. So you got to hit that person in order to get help. It's like, it is what it is.
Nobody is saving me if I just pull over nicely with my little 2 flashers on the side of the road. I will be dead.
You will be dead. So you might as well hit somebody. They come out like, what the fuck?
And I'm there going, please. I was planning
Brilliant,
my escape route.
honestly.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
well, I know for next time to just smash somebody and then we both die. So I'm panicking because I'm on the highway. Like, this is not the time to be having an allergic reaction. And then I'm also like, how does it work if I call 911 and I can't breathe? Like,
Yeah.
allergic. They're going, ma'am, prank call.
So
like,
what did you do?
So I just, suffered with my itchy throat and hives on my body. And I said,
You got hives?
I was getting itchy and I'm like, holy shit, like,
Wow.
I'm allergic to Nutella.
But do you think you're actually like, do you think you can like there's certain foods that I know if I was allergic to, I would take the allergic reaction and the hives for, and Nutella horns is one. So I want to know when you're planning on having your next one.
Well, it's like, you can't just be allergic to Nutella.
No,
like,
you can't.
That's like, you're a nerd. Like, I would not go to a party and say, I'm allergic to Nutella. That's like, don't.
And didn't they figure it out now? Don't they have that syringe where you take and suddenly you're not allergic
but
to
also,
peanuts
like,
anymore?
who am I, 24, getting an allergy? Like, immature.
Like, shut up.
Ugh.
You didn't
immature.
get it. You didn't get it when you're 10. You have no reason.
I didn't have the letter that said no hazelnuts and all near Veronica.
You didn't have the letter that literally made you sit alone at the lunch table.
So basically, I'm allergic to Nutella. But now I'm like,
Wow.
with allergies, if you if you eat the thing that you're allergic to too much, it can sometimes make your allergy worse. So
I
I'm
heard
like,
it could also fix it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't
this
know
math-
about
I don't
that.
know.
I don't know.
I don't know where either of us got our facts.
I don't know either. And you want to hear another fact?
You know, what's the worst part? I believe both of those, but they don't coincide. I don't think.
You want to hear another fact I was talking to with my friend? Guys, we are from Montreal, and the one time a year we are proud to live in Montreal is Grand Prix, okay? The one thing that drove people to our fucking city was Grand Prix.
Nice pun.
Drove, Grand Prix.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for now explaining
everybody
the pun and
knows
making
the
it not
pun.
funny. Thank you for that. Shout out to Alessia.
So guys, it is officially taken away from us due to COVID, and they just signed a contract with Miami. So
Wow.
if you were like, now I'm like, we have no reason to be here. Now it's like, get the fuck out. Like, that one thing we had, that one thing is gone. And now I was like talking to your sister, and she's like, yeah, they signed a 6-year contract, and now for 6 years it's gonna be in Miami. And I was like, what the fuck? I was bashing on our city, guys. You wouldn't even want to know what I was saying.
We say Montreal local, but as soon as they take Grand Prix, we start going, fuck this stupid fucking city.
Yeah,
we say fix the roads.
we say support your local until
we don't want to be locals.
Exactly. So I was like, what? 6 years? So now I'm talking to my other friend, and this is how fake news gets spread, just to let you know. Okay. So now I'm like, I'm going with this story, and it was just one conversation with one friend. It was I never checked the source,
facts.
the facts, the
'Cause who would?
sources. Who would?
We just agree.
We're shit talkers. We just talk out of our ass.
And then we pass it along.
It's what we do on this podcast, and this is how gossip starts. This is how people end up fucking furious. So I have quite some stories on that. But so I speak to my other friend, and she goes, yeah, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? It's not in Montreal anymore, Grand Prix. I guess we got to go to Miami now. Ha 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 ha. And then ha 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 ha. Like,
too many laughs.
yeah. And it wasn't even like sincere.
Yeah.
Ew.
Haha, even.
Yeah. Like, ew, you only text that. You don't even say that in person.
That's like saying LMFAO.
Yeah. Ew.
Can you leave?
Anyway, I'm going to leave, but after this story, okay? Can I stay?
Yeah, stay with the story and then go.
Anyway, she goes, yeah, but whatever. It was only for this year. I go, what do you mean? They signed a 6-year contract. It's not for 1 year. Anyways, guys. And then I Googled it, and 2 minutes after Googling, I said, I give up. I don't know where to check. I don't know what I believe. So I'm sticking with my 6 years, and I hate Montreal. So if anybody wants to come at me, come in the comments, okay?
That feels like a bit like the COVID restrictions. Like, people are going, you can't sneeze twice in public because that's what they said and you're like Googling. You're like, I don't know.
I don't
like,
know
what time
anymore.
is the curfew? Like, I don't know anymore. Like, where's the sources? Where's the facts?
Oh, my God.
There's too much news going on at the same time. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to believe that the more you eat and the less you eat makes your allergy worse and makes it better. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep eating Nutella.
That's where we're at, guys. Allergies is the topic for today.
I'm just going to keep eating Nutella, but that was very sad. I was like, that's loser.
Wow.
Like, my boyfriend's going to propose to me with chocolate dipped strawberries. I'm going to have a fucking anaphylactic shock
Wow.
on my best day
David,
ever.
at least you learned something.
Yeah. Can we talk about lactose intolerant people that never...
So whatever you're gonna say,
Ever
you're gonna
abide by
you're gonna
lactose
insult
intolerant.
me because I'm actually technically lactose intolerant.
Okay, that's exactly my point is that
What?
everybody's lactose intolerant. When you say ice cream, they say, yeah.
A million %.
I've never met a lactose intolerant person who said no to something with lactose in it.
Honestly, I agree.
Like,
and let
they
me
just say, by the way, I'm
let me
lactose
explain
intolerant.
to you lactose intolerant though, okay? Because technically anybody could become lactose intolerant the more you stop drinking milk or the more you stop eating cheese. So you're never going to become there.
Is that also fact, or like we're not sure as
Look,
well?
guys, anything you hear in this podcast, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of cheese. Okay? So you could actually become lactose intolerant. Like for me, I never drink milk. I'm not really a cheese lover.
Okay. So she's eating a plate of pasta and she goes, pasta parmesan? Alessia, I thought you don't like cheese. Yeah, but
Hi, can I get also a margarita pizza with burrata on top? But Alessia, you don't eat cheese.
Yeah, but like it's different.
It's different.
Like I wouldn't eat a block of cheese.
That's probably the only cheese I wouldn't eat is a block. Cream cheese, burrata. I eat it all.
Burrata.
Ew.
What are you, Emirata? Emma
I
Burrata.
wish.
Burrata. Okay, say your story.
Burrata. So anybody who stops eating dairy eventually can become lactose intolerant because I changed from milk to oat milk now, and I had
For 2
milk.
weeks.
And I had milk, and let me tell you, had a hard time in the washroom, okay? So I diagnosed myself and said lactose intolerant. So I totally understand why everybody says that. And every time I have ice cream, my stomach hurts, but you just gotta choose your battles. I seem to like oat milk more now than milk, so I'm lactose intolerant. But when it comes to ice cream, I'm taking it.
Suddenly, mildly.
Like I said,
lactose
choose your battles. Eat the horns, the chocolate horns.
But I've seen people with like literal lactose intolerant. Like they will like get hives and they're just like, oh, I'm just going to take a pill. And I'm like, dude, like
Wow.
I literally see people take a pill and then eat a bowl of ice cream. And I'm like,
But I agree.
lactose intolerant people are the most hectic people on the planet.
I
Like
agree.
it's really like, oh yeah, I'm going to eat that. I might shit my pants later in public, but like I'm fine.
I agree,
Pass
though.
me the cheese.
I agree.
I would too.
We live to eat.
I'm telling you
We
right
don't
now,
eat to live.
Cheese, make me lactose intolerant tomorrow. And I probably will just because I fucking said it out loud. I will wear a diaper just to eat cheese.
You
all the
better
time.
start getting a job that works from home.
I'm going to be working on the bathroom. Welcome to my office. My mic's always going to be muted on the Zoom calls.
You're going to say, listen, get me a laptop.
Okay, guys. So I wanted to talk about a while ago, I spoke about how I had started acting and like I was trying to get gigs and stuff. And it was really hard. And I ended up getting that like animation for a 7-year-old boy. And
Wow.
we thought that was hilarious. Well, I actually got a for real gig.
Wow. Oh my God. Am I supposed to be like the Mean Girls proud mom with the camera?
So
do we call you? Well, did you change your bio now? Now that you're
actress?
legit and you got like a lead role, do we say actress on your Instagram?
I think we could add it to the list
Okay. But like, where does podcast go in there?
first.
Entertainer.
I entertain a lot of people for
Wow.
free. I told my boyfriend he's gonna start cutting a check because this is first of all, I actually pause on the story. I was talking to my aunt and I was like, like I want you guys to know that when I'm booking shows as a comedian, like I'm coming back with an invoice because for years you got these performances for free.
And you too, guys.
Yeah.
You too.
Like
Don't be shocked if by any chance you gave us your email somehow and we send you a slip with your payment. Listen, our taxes came in and time to collect.
you had your laughs? Okay, well,
Pay up.
pag. So anyway, so I got this role and it's just like a short film. It's like a motivational film. And I was super excited. The role that I ended up getting because, like I said, there's always a hit. There's always like a hitch. A hitch? What's the word? There's always a...
I don't know where you're trying to go with this.
I'm trying to say there's always like a... Anyways.
Pause it and we'll see if somebody can fill in the blank.
Do we got a caller on line 1? Line 1, what's the word?
She said hitch. I'm not sure either.
I have no idea where she was going with that one. So I was like super excited for this role, and then
You're gonna try the sentence from the beginning and see if something new comes.
If it pulls in.
What if nothing comes? You're back at the same spot. Laugh, but think.
My boyfriend's typing. I'm hoping he's Googling hitch synonyms.
Okay.
So I find out that it's like a motivational story about like abuse and like stepping in and like stopping abuse and like whatever, like serious topic.
Should I start crying?
Yeah, like so serious topic. I was like, okay, cool. And then I find out that I'm the one getting abused. So
perfect.
I want to know.
So there's no makeup artist on set for you.
Well, I actually got. I don't know if you still. I got a makeup artist for bruises. They said we're gonna paint these bruises on you. But I was like, what? Like these casting directors look at my face and they said,
looks like a girl who could get punched.
yeah, looks like a girl would beat up. Actually, yeah,
Honestly,
she looks
now
pretty
that
irritating.
I think about it, I can see it.
Honestly, I look at myself and I say,
I agree.
I'm pretty annoying looking. So I got casted as the girl who gets abused. And then I looked at the casting sheet and I saw that my abusive husband looked exactly like my ex-boyfriend. So I said,
perfect.
this is the karma for talking about him in our podcast.
Absolutely.
The world always gives me my karma.
No, the world always comes full circle. So
Full circle.
you're going to relive that experience. He's not just going to be your ex-boyfriend. You're
going
to have to.
slipping right into character.
I'm surprised you didn't slip up his name a couple of times in there. So how was that?
It was really cool actually, but it was really long.
Well, when I texted you at
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night, you said, babe, I'll text you after. Well, you didn't say babe because you hate when we call each other babe.
Yeah, I'm not sure, babe.
You... But I missed what you said, but I'm just going to laugh. Anyways, I texted her and she's like, still 3 hours to go. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. Anyway, crazy
Yeah.
what you'll do for a short clip.
Crazy what you'll do.
Crazy what you'll do for an ex-boyfriend, for an abusive boyfriend.
So
David, how do you feel about that?
So, I was chasing my dreams and it was like really long. It was like 11 hours long and I wasn't acting anymore at the end of the day. I was tired, hungry, and feeling pretty abused. So
Wow.
I was like, but it was actually a really cool experience. So I really liked that and I'm excited to see it. But
You're excited to see yourself getting abused on camera?
it was like I practiced so long trying to fake cry.
That you don't even know what it's going to be.
But I literally practiced like I was staring. I finally got it down pat that I could make myself cry.
Oh my God, how did you
on
do
the
that?
spot.
What did you think of? Something your boyfriend did that pissed you off?
No.
Something your ex-boyfriend did that pissed you off?
Well, actually, me and my boyfriend were hardcore fighting the 3 days
Amazing.
the 3 days before the podcast.
Amazing.
And I almost didn't want to settle the fight because I was like, these feelings would really come in handy right now.
Beautiful. Use every leverage you can.
And you want to know the fucked up thing he did? We're fighting and he starts yelling at me. Okay, this is like 2 days after I got the role. He starts that we got into a fight because we were practicing for the role.
Oh, okay.
Starts yelling at me like a maniac, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm putting you into character." I said,
Here we
"Toxic, manipulative." So, anyways. I didn't totally make up with him, but I made up with him enough that I could still feel sensitive. But I would just like stare at a wall and then like without blinking, and then I would be able to cry. So
Wow,
I practiced.
you didn't try a light? I feel like a light would work better.
I feel like a light means I'm going blind. Didn't your mom ever tell you not to stare at the sun?
Wow. She
So
also
close your
told me
eyes,
to
don't
eat
look at me.
carrots. Good eyesight comes from carrots. That's why I have 20/20 vision, bitches.
So yeah, I practiced so hard for like days and days. I was so nervous. And then I finally get on set. There's one scene where I have to cry. My eyes said, Drio. And I was
Wow.
staring at that wall like this. Everyone was going, you good? Like, I'm like, it's just my tactic. And then I'm going, think. But then it's like, you don't
Okay.
want to start killing off your family members.
Heard of this thing? They sell it at Jean Couture. It's called eye drops.
Yeah, I brought them, but I was like, I want to be like a professional actor.
Oh, you wanna be
I
natural.
I feel like actresses wouldn't say pass me the eye drop. So I was like, they're like, no, I'm a profesh.
Wow.
But then I'm like, okay, this isn't working. But I was like, should I start like killing people, like killing my family in my head? But then I'm like, that's like bad juju. Like I don't even want to think about it. But then I'm
Wow.
like,
Okay, guys,
but
she
I really
gave
need this
herself
role though.
She gave herself the malocchio.
I gave myself the.
She gave herself the evil eye. So just for anyone
Anyways, I
wondering,
didn't cry, so.
and hopefully you knocked on wood. Like I don't know.
But it's because I was
She's
looking.
laughing, but she's not saying no.
No, but what I'm saying is I was looking at all these things, and some people would be like, there's these tactics that make you cry, and they're like, you could think about like one video was literally like in your like calm down in your mind, think about the person you would be the most sad to lose, and you're standing beside the hospital bed, and you have 5 minutes to say goodbye. I said, you know what? I don't do. I'm a manifester. I'm not about to think of that shit in my head.
Oh my God,
Like,
that's fucked up.
Get the fuck out.
That's fucked up.
So needless to say,
so what did you
I didn't do that.
manifest instead? Badly.
I was just, the worst thing is like, you know, when you're like, you're thinking so hard to do something that you can't do it. So I'm there going, cry, 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 cry. And my eyes said, I'm dry.
Wow. So wait.
So dry.
Okay, wait. So when you cried, was it like, what kind of, I think when you're crying, it's easy to continue the cry. It's getting to that stage
It's
of
the
crying.
first tear.
Wow, I can't wait to finish this podcast so I can try crying.
Well,
it won't take much. Like I said, I'll probably start a fight with my
and my
boyfriend.
eyes are always tearing on the daily basis. I step outside, my eyes go, suddenly the what, and it's always on set too when I have lashes, crying eyes.
On set, guys. She's done a couple of movies before.
I'm saying like when I have like lashes on and stuff.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So you think you're, you know, famous.
So you're famous. Perfect.
So you think you're like really good. You're like a professional actress.
Wow.
Anyway, so needless to say, my eyes were drier than fucking.
That's crazy. You know what I have to say though? At least you didn't show up with the yellow car to the audition. At least. Could you imagine?
Honestly,
that would scream abusive.
This whole podcast is called Veronica's Malocchio because every story I've said is like, I literally, like, there's something.
Yeah. But nobody's taking your side, by the way. Everyone's saying that you gave it to yourself.
I absolutely gave it to myself. It's
you-
always karma. So there's always a reason why
Yeah. And the universe always gives you what you think of.
Absolutely.
So, by the way, you should have knocked on wood. Oh my God, this is deep.
So, police, open up. That's what it
my
sounded
God.
like. What the fuck? You a narc?
I'm leaving at 9:30, I swear.
Is she joking? Why'd you knock so loud?
Well, because I wanted them
Who are
to
you
feel
on the inside? Undercover. I don't trust you anymore.
I always thought about, like, if I fight with my boyfriend and he's at a party, like, do I call the cops on the party?
911, I'd like to report an illegal gathering.
Like, how psychotic am I? Like, my 16-year-old self would do that if I didn't get invited to my friend's party and it was illegal and everybody was drinking. But, like, how okay is that this day and age?
Not. I had a friend once who...
Okay, I'm not actually psychotic. I wouldn't. But,
Yeah.
like, don't... Depends. Like, if you cheated...
Yeah, depends how bad.
If you cheated, I'm calling the cops on all the 6 houses.
I'm calling the cops and telling them you did something you didn't even do.
All the people that are at the party are getting calls from each house.
So, I had a friend once.
We'll
Actually,
go back to cheating, but I guess we'll finish the
Wait,
story.
I just want to say to this. I had a friend once that found out that their boyfriend was like smoking weed or some shit. They got into a fight and then they wanted to call the cops on them and say that they were a drug dealer. I was like, listen.
Okay.
I'm not associated in this at all. I convinced them not
Wow.
to do it because I was like, what is wrong with you?
But it's crazy how COVID could be the new like weapon as drug deal now. Guys are always wondering like why girls don't want to see them again after they sleep with them, and it's because you have a bush.
hygiene at 0.
Like, if you want the girl to call you back and to text you and to sleep with you again, you better make sure you're not hairy down there. We agree?
I agree. You got to be clean, especially for a one-night stand. Like, show up in your best. We're not 3 months into the relationship where you could start letting it slide.
No.
We need to be baby's bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I mean, you should never let it slide because then they're going to cheat on you. So guys, you always have to make sure that you are clean down there. Or she's going to go for another guy who, you know,
Does shave. So, if you're one of those who is slacking in the nether regions, do we have the thing for you?
we do, guys.
Okay.
It's the lawnmower 4.0.
4.0, not the 2.0, not the 3.0,
The
but
4.0.
the 4.0. That's fourth generation shit.
That's no excuses generation.
Absolutely no excuses. So guys, today support for the CHEMICALX podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in below the waist grooming and hygiene, because hygiene is very important. Okay, so Manscaped offers precision engineers tools for you and your man's jewels. Okay, big jewels or small jewels, they still offer the tools. Okay, so we don't discriminate here on size. For any women who have come across a hairy bush, all of us, we're now in luck. Woo! Woo! Because we got the 4.0.
And you guys can't complain that, oh, you hate shaving and it's annoying, because no. You want to know why? It's waterproof. You guys already take a shower, so don't come at me with your excuses of you're too lazy and you can't find a time, because it's waterproof. You get in that shower and you mow that lawn.
Absolutely.
And you'll get that text back.
Waterproof. It has a light so you can see what you're doing, because guys will find any excuse to not do something, but they got a light, wireless charging, and it vibrates. So we're not saying much, but a little
So
two
if
in
you're
one.
lazy, get your girl to do it.
Absolutely. And guys, since we love you so much, we are offering you a very special discount code.
Guys, right now we're here to help you out. Get 20% off using our discount code CHEMICALX at checkout for 20% off your order. That's a huge chunk. 20% is
That's a pretty penny. And also free shipping, because you always love that extra little.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like free shipping or the percentage. No, we
Yeah.
got both. We got both.
Both, guys. So you're going to go in the checkout and you're not going to click X, because you're also getting free shipping, guys. CHEMICALX at checkout for 20% off.
At manscaped.com. And we also have our beautiful sponsor of the beautiful outfits we're wearing right now.
Woo! We're in the cutest clothes because of
Anime-Percy. So you can check them out. They have super nice, comfy athletic wear, lounge wear, pajama, all day wear, go to the grocery store and pretend I work out wear. You know what I mean? Everything.
Guys, it serves for all purposes. You can go to bed in it. You can go out in it. That's what leisure wear is now. And I'm sorry, after COVID, we wear the same thing everywhere. So This is a multi-use outfit.
And if you're going to wear the same outfit, at least make it comfy.
And at least make it stylish.
Exactly. So check out Anime-Percy. We're going to link everything down below. And you got a little discount. CHEMICALX for 15% off. Wow. Are we generous or what?
We're so generous. Oh my God, guys.
My life was really boring at a certain point in time. And then something really important happened.
What?
I got a neon sign.
Wow.
I know.
Crazy how it's the little things in life.
It's the little things in life. And you know what happened? It lit up my life in color.
Wow, that's lit.
Guys, you know the drill. Neonific. Okay?
Guys, custom signs are now available for you. You guys can decide how big you want it, how small, but we like things big.
Bigger the better.
So guys, use our discount code CHEMICALX at checkout for 10% off your order.
Plus free shipping. So go check them out. We'll link them down below.
Now it's like you
You
don't
even need a report.
you don't
You could just slap them with that little ticket. No record.
No,
just a little.
It's a good, like, I'm here and you don't know what I'm capable of. Honestly, I have to. It's perfect.
Perfect.
It's perfect, but you have to be ready if you do that to never, like, I don't think your boyfriend's getting back with you, or I don't think anybody.
But
that,
you have to.
because that's like toxic, but also like,
But like, I wouldn't even do that to somebody that I want to marry, because you're taking that to your grave. Like, after how many years do you say, babe, I have to tell you something, you're gonna die?
What do you mean? The people at the party are gonna know it was you and you.
Not always. Could have been anyone. Could have been the neighbors.
Well, guys, DM us separately if you've done it before. We want to hear your tactics.
Oh, that's just taking notes, clearly.
No. As long as my boyfriend goes to no parties, we're good.
Okay, so back to my shit luck.
Yes.
The other day I tried to start my car and it was like a little laggy, and I was like, okay, I just brought you to the garage, so start
Also,
acting
though,
right.
you have like 35 lights going on and you say,
No, I just 2 weeks ago I brought it to
Really?
the garage. It was fresh, like spick.
Okay.
So it struggled a little to turn on, and I was like, baby, listen up, okay? We're not gonna do this right now. We're not gonna do this.
everybody has a name for their car. What's yours? Mine's Betsy.
What the fuck?
That's the name of my car. Betsy. Come on, Betsy.
Sounds like a cow. I would literally, if I had a cow, I would name it Betsy.
Should I give it to you since you were wearing that last week?
The car's red. It doesn't look like a Betsy at all.
Veronica.
Shh, they're gonna find my house.
They're going to call the cops on me.
Okay, so my car was struggling to turn on and I was like, bitch. And then 2 days later, I am leaving work. And it obviously everything happens when it's like I stayed at work 2 hours extra. So it's 7 o'clock and I'm like ready to get home.
Absolutely.
Car,
it's going to hit you when you need it the most.
Absolutely. Car does not start.
Wow.
Like, does not start.
How much do you wish you left work at 5 to get a 2-hour head start?
Exactly. Okay.
Wow.
So I was like pissed. And I make a TikTok as I'm waiting for somebody to come and save me. And I'm like, my boyfriend and my dad are both not answering their phones. Like, what did I hire you for? Okay. Post it on TikTok, whatever. And then everybody on TikTok hating on me. Learn mechanics. Fend for yourself. Woman equality. I'm like, guys,
woman equality.
I just need jumper cables. I don't have I just need the cables.
Well, I'm glad that you know what you were missing, but that's already 5 steps ahead of me because I wouldn't even know. I would go,
but it was just like,
CAA, please come.
I was like, first of all, it was a joke, so calm down.
Okay, also though, people have like no sense of fucking humor.
Zero.
Like, I'm sorry, like I know we have dry sense of humor because you just apparently killed your mom and what, your brain? So dry sense of humor, okay? So for people who don't understand that, fuck you. Like,
but it's like you can't not understand it. You're just being a dick.
No. Some people
just are dicks.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, well, maybe if you weren't dumb. They're like, tell me you're useless without telling me you're useless. I was like, bro.
Honestly, though, I agree with them.
Okay, so this is what happened. So I'm like, whatever, losers, okay? So everybody comes to try and help me. Then I have like the people that were also like, there was people at the office that were leaving. And they're all, now I have 3 guys around my car. One of them being my dad. So these are like men that can fix, you know?
This has happened to me
This is
before.
like what they all expected was going to happen. None of them could start my car. So to the TikTok haters that were hating on me, fuck you, because my dad couldn't fix it either, or the 3 guys that work at my work. So everybody tries to come fix it.
At least this happened in summer. This happened to me in the winter and I was freezing.
Well, it was pretty chilly that day. I stayed in the car. That's definition of princess, when other people are fixing your car and you're sitting in the driver's seat and you're
done
like,
it.
do I need to start it yet?
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll be here waiting.
Tell me you're broke without telling me you're broke.
Tell me you're lazy without telling me you're lazy. So finally they're like, call CAA. So they tow my car away and I'm like pissed. Because this was like, I had a shoot booked. Why am I making it sound like I'm a fucking celebrity? Anyways, I had so many things booked. I had to go like shopping. I need to get a lot of things for like this gig that I had. So I was like, this is the worst.
Wow, you're a busy girl.
I'm just like, super
wow, you're
busy.
really like needed in this world.
Wow, I'm like really like special.
Wow, Veronica, don't take too many acting gigs. Hold on a second here. You got to separate yourself.
So I'm like, fuck, man, like this is the worst possible timing. What am I gonna do? And my boyfriend, congratulations to him, just got a new job at Infinity. So if anybody needs a car, hit up David Gallo on Instagram. Not if you're a girl and you're hot. I'm just kidding. If you make him money, it comes to me.
But if you're following Veronica and then you follow David Gallo for a car, that's
also
fine,
fine.
because now I know we're homies.
If you watch CHEMICALX podcast and you're a hot girl and you follow me, it's fine. So
just message me first. And also let me know that you're gonna message him.
So anyway,
so
he
I'll
works.
put you guys in contact in a group chat.
So he works at Infinity. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just, obviously they have rental cars. Like I'm just gonna like hook me up. Like, you know what I mean? Like at least, you know? So I call my boyfriend and he's like, I'm like, babe, like my car, like I just brought it to the garage, like everything. He's like, oh, well, I mean, we had a courtesy car for rent, but we only had one and we gave it to your sister. And I was like, hold on.
Your sister always comes out on top.
Always comes out on top. I'm like, so you had one courtesy, and the one person in Montreal that has that car is my sister.
Perfect.
The like you got this job and I got no perks. My sister got perks before me.
Honestly,
before me. Refund all around.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
so
agree.
I'm pissed. Okay. So my dad's driving me to the garage, and I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then I'm like, he's like, well, there's always the car we have at home. And I'm like, so guys, fast forward, rewind 3 days. 3 days earlier, I'm sitting at my grandmother's house with my dad and my aunt, and he's saying how he wants to sell this car, which is a neon yellow, old Mitsubishi Lancer.
So my old car. Don't insult me too much.
With a spoiler, but it's like not even cool. Like it's like nobody has this car. Like this car doesn't exist. It's like 2000 3.
At least you're not
breaking
saying
down,
1996.
Resting, okay? And he's there going, yeah, I really want to sell the car. And my boyfriend's going, I mean, maybe for parts. Like, this whole conversation happening, I'm going, Daddy, like, honestly, you're putting down the property value from having that car in front of your house. You need to get rid of it. Guys, I'm ripping
So
this
basically,
car.
you're saying, can somebody pay you to take it?
I ripped this car so hard. I was like talking about how it's the ugliest car in the world, da-da-da-da. Okay? Fast forward 3 days later, my dad goes, well, you could take the yellow car if you want. And I went, give me the fucking keys. And he's like, okay, well, here's the thing. The doors don't lock. So, you know, don't put any valuables. I said, to be honest, I would not even go near that car to steal something.
The one time you'd come out on top is hitting that car and taking the money for the insurance.
They're going to say, you need to pay us, actually. We're actually, the insurance costs more than the car. So
you're driving around in this Mitsubishi Lancer, and I feel your pain because I had a Mitsubishi
but
Lancer.
it's not the same
but
as yours.
I had the same model, Veronica.
No, you had the newer version. I had the old one with the spoiler, so it's like almost like you were trying to be cool, but it's not.
I don't care because my main reason why I couldn't have that car anymore, that Mitsubishi Lancer, is after pressing on the gas 60, it's over, guys. It's not like a race car. Like, it's not like my car now where if I press on the gas, it'll go. Like, it's like after 60, it's like now you're literally getting rid of all your gas because you're putting in your soul, your effort, you're working out to hit that pedal to be at 100. It was literally like it was taking over my life.
It was.
So I can't imagine the one you had.
You don't even. So I'm driving this car, and it is, if already that people will look like, if you see that, I guarantee you there is only one of this. I can promise you there is only one of this car in this color in Montreal. Okay,
they'll be like, that's the girl from CHEMICALX.
So if you would be in like just chilling, you would see this car. Everybody's looking. If you're not already looking at the car because it's neon yellow, okay, the car is so fucking loud that even if you didn't notice it, you hear me coming.
I would die.
You're looking, and you know exactly which damn car is making that sound.
I would die.
It was literally.
Oh my god!
And I'm
you
going
just hurt
40.
my ears.
Okay, so
wow.
So that's where I'm at. Okay, neon yellow car rumbling. I have a huge shoot for a client.
Doesn't lock. What do you mean?
Okay. Also. And I'm driving on the highway, and I'm there. Usually, I'm the speeder. Okay, I'm like you just said, I'm barely hitting 100, and the car's shaking.
Right.
Okay, I'm literally in the car like this. Nobody look at me. Which the one good thing about this car is it had tinted windows, so I was like, at least like privacy, but no air conditioning. So I was like, do I die of heat?
Pick your battles. I'd rather die of heat, but nobody see me. I'm sorry. Materialistic.
It's like, it's either die of heat in this car or open the windows. And everybody, it's the type of car where you look, and even though you're looking at the car, you're expecting a certain kind of person inside. Not me. Not me. Okay? I am not the person that was driving that car.
You're thinking you're going to see like a Francois, you know?
Like just like somebody that drinks Monster. You know, Monster energy drink.
1,000,000%. Or drinks Bang energy.
Absolutely. But like not me with my little pink headband going.
No.
So anyways, so I drive that car. Everybody can hear me. I'm embarrassed. And then at a certain point, though, I was like, I'm going to own this car. You know what? Maybe I could make yellow look good. I started like wearing a yellow top to match it. I thought, you know, that was going to be. Anyways, it was still ugly. And then I'm like, I don't want to be seen in this car, but whatever. I owned it. And then I was like, I'm going to go get a juice from this really popular juice place where all my conflicts happen. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm not going to park in front because... you know, but then I was like, you know what? I'm confident. Fuck it. I don't care what my car is. So I go to park in front of the restaurant.
Wow.
Okay? And
that's balls.
That's balls. I'm confident.
Calm down.
Fuck
you get
that.
one fucking lead in a roll, and all of a sudden you think you could be driving in the ugliest car because everybody's going to notice you.
I'm trying to make a statement piece.
Shut up.
So I pull up in front, and there's like this like delivery van that has their like flashers on. So I'm like, okay, I just like pull up into the parking behind her, and as I'm getting in, I see her ripping around the corner of the car, yelling at me. But now it's like, oh, God. And I'm there in the... So I have to lower the window. What? She's like, well, I was gonna park there and you just cut me off. I'm like, yo, like, what the hell? You don't even have your flashers on to park. Yeah, I do. I'm like, no, you have both of your... Yells at me. We're yelling at each other. I'm in a yellow car, so I'm in a whole different energy right now. I'm in Monster Energy drink mode. Like, I'm like, yo, qu'est-ce que tu fais, G? Like, get the fuck out.
Well, you know what energy you're in. Look, if you want to take my car out, take it. But it's parked. Do whatever you want while it's parked.
The doors aren't locked.
So I don't have your car. I have no liability.
I
want a car like that. I want a car that I could just go to the zoo in, or just fucking...
It's
somebody
the type
wants to
of
take out their bat, no problem.
It's the type of car where if you cut me off, I will smash my car into your car because I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely.
I don't give a fuck. Like, I will run you over.
And those are
with this
normally
car.
the psychotic people on the road, by the way.
It's always the ones in, like, the cars that don't matter.
Or the ones that have, like, the lights at the
It's
bottom.
never, like, the Lexus that's going to come and hit you. Like, they're a little,
No.
like, don't scratch my car.
Yeah.
You know?
They're little like, this is leased and I got to give it back.
So I get in a fight with this girl, but I'm really not confrontational when it comes to these things. So I was just like, oh, okay. And then I just left and then tried to find parking.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then
so she got it.
she got the parking.
Ridiculous, Veronica. You have to have more of a
I have
backbone.
no backbone. Even
It's
with the
disgusting.
yellow car.
You had the yellow ugly car. You had no excuses.
I know. I failed us all.
Wow.
I know. Anyways,
So say sorry. I want you to apologize to everybody.
So I finally parked 45 minutes away and walk to the restaurant and leave my car unlocked, obviously. So, guys, like, honestly, I didn't give a fuck at this
Do
point.
you want to say your old address so that
so
whoever...
that they can, like I said,
Guys,
only one in Montreal. But really, like,
Guys, honestly, it has no lock. Steal it so that they can get, whatever the
honestly,
car is
it's actually
valued at.
better. Maybe somebody takes it because maybe it'll be. So I'm like pissed. I'm like, this girl fucking pissed me off. What a bitch. And then I see that she didn't even park in the spot that she just fought me for. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Like, wow, that's like disrespect. So I walk into the juice place and who's standing right in front of me? That bitch.
Francois.
Delivery van lady. And I was like, and me again, not being non-confrontational, I said, but like you opened the door and I went, I can't walk back now. I already committed because I just saw her and if she's going to turn on 1 second and see me. So I did what anybody would do. And I said, suddenly the racks on the juices here look very interesting. And I was reading every ingredient on every single juice. And it's they're making the smoothies. So it's a long like situation there.
Wow.
And they only had like 5 products to look at. So I looked like a full vegan. Like my hazelnut allergy was in full effect because I was going.
So I just need to know
nuts in here?
now, like when you bump into somebody you don't like or you bump into an ex-boyfriend, is that what you would do? Like,
I'm a bitch.
so you would
Like,
be
I'm
like
a pussy. Is
like
what I
if
meant
they
to
say hi to you, be like, oh my God, I didn't even see you there. Like, are you one of those?
I'm not I didn't even see you there, but like I'll ignore you until like I have to say hi.
But like, are you the first one to do it?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Depends what situation. I was definitely not the first one to say hi to this girl. But I feel like she felt awkward because she told me off and I still found parking and still made it to the same place.
After
It's a
her
bit
in
like,
line, after her in line, it's no, she's going. Like
I
always,
think she
you
was
come in
embarrassed
second.
though. I was like, you should be embarrassed. You just yelled at a kid.
You know when you start you just yelled at a girl who literally couldn't even afford a car that locks.
Like, are you joking? Like, that's like rude.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, let's get into the topic of today. And I just want to say, just got a sale on my website, guys.
Woo.
It's summer. So if you guys want any body chains, hit up my brand called Body Strands. Everything is handmade. And every time I see a sale go through, I'm like, hey, what's up? So shout out to whoever just purchased. Okay, guys, the most embarrassing thing happened to me. Okay.
More embarrassing than all me in the yellow car.
Yes, absolutely. Let me take you guys down memory lane, okay? So before I had a boyfriend, I had to message someone, okay? I'm not going to get too... Message. I had to message somebody. I don't want to get too particular because then people are going to like start doing the coding and I don't want that. So I had to message somebody and I don't know if you guys ever did that, but like you have 2 people saved in your contacts with the same name and that's like fucking hard. And like you normally put in quotations.
Yeah.
Like what this person does.
Yeah.
So that you know?
Yeah.
So like Veronica, I save her under yellow car just to give you an idea. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I saved these 2 people under the same name. Now, one I speak to on an everyday basis and one I do not speak to anymore. I used to know this guy, find him really cute and whatever. And we were chatting and like, I was always like, who is this guy? You know, made out with him, fun. I was really into him. I found him really hot.
Okay.
And then I find out He's married and he has kids. So am I the other woman?
Wow. But like without your consent.
Without my consent.
Wow. You need to have consent though.
Yeah.
Like you need to choose if you want to be the side hoe.
Absolutely.
That's rude. Don't like.
Yeah. So like, is it my fault for not asking enough questions?
Was he gonna
Absolutely
say?
not. Is he joking?
Was he gonna say?
Anyway, all this to
Men
say,
always say like, well, you didn't ask. I don't ask if you're married on the first date.
yeah,
I literally don't.
I assume you're not.
I just assume that you're here because you're
like,
not.
what the fuck? So, that was a little pickle. Anyways, that was back in the day, and I haven't spoken to that person since I had a boyfriend, whatever. And now I had to message somebody, and they both had the same name, so I automatically assumed it was the other person. And I went to message him something that went to the old person, and I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to die. It's the type of thing where you just want to take your phone and throw it in the ocean.
But it's a bit like, how do you unsend a message that they already replied to and say, I don't know what you're talking about. I actually didn't send that.
And then they said, hey, think you sent this to the wrong person. But good luck, though. And I was just like, I honestly hate my life. I hate my life. Honestly, yeah. So
You're
there's that.
embarrassing.
I'm embarrassing.
I feel like you do that a lot. You never said the story of your boss.
Oh
the picture. Can you please say
I think I've said this story, though.
I don't think you ever said. Even if, bitch, shut
Okay,
the fuck
guys,
up. Listen again.
Okay. My old job, okay. The job I told you guys that I had gotten laid off, fired, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I was bitter and salty, okay? And I like sweet and salty, by the way. If anyone's wondering and wants to bring me treats. I was salty as fuck, and there was this one picture of my boss that I was like laughing about, and I zoomed it in and I kind of made it a little meme. And I was thinking of my boss because that's who the picture was about, and I wanted to send it to my good friend who also got fired from the same boss. Who did I send it to, guys? Who did I send it to?
A zoom of the face.
Of the face. Like, there's no, like, I'm making fun of you, and I'm a mean person, but I'm also hurt, so spare me, you know?
Let me screenshot your face. Zoomed
Yes.
in.
And I sent it to my boss. I wanted to die. So I encounter a lot of these things, but I mean, you know how I got out of it, Veronica? I said, I just... Nothing
gets me every time.
And I think I'm so good too at it.
You were good though. I would have never
I
thought
had
of
to
that.
think so fast on my feet. I said, found this picture of you. I just wanted to send it to you and say thank you so much for the experience and being able to work for you. I had a great time, and I found this picture and it was a great memory, and I just wanted to say thank you so much, and it was great working with you.
You're Regina George.
I'm Regina George. And she literally, I don't know if she felt for it, but she literally said...
She's older. She probably just said, wow, beautiful photo.
Yeah.
That's how they take pics anyway, zoomed in.
So maybe I was safe, maybe I wasn't, but...
You were think quick. I swear
Yeah.
older, anybody over the age of 43 puts a phone in their hand and does this automatically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do not zoom.
Yeah.
Just walk closer. Just walk with your feet.
Yeah.
But I've done that before where I accidentally sent a screenshot of texts.
I would die.
Like, I screenshotted the text I was having with this guy instead of sending it to my friend.
And he was like a pretty big deal too.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. And it was like screenshotable.
It wasn't
text.
Tory Lane's, but it was like right under there.
But but like also the conversation we were having was something that would be screenshotted. Like,
babe, what do I say? Like
it wasn't like I accidentally screenshotted like, hey, how are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, babe, what do I say back to this?
Yeah.
So screenshotted the text, sent it to him.
I would die.
And I was at the movie theaters, okay, watching the movie, which is, you know, they say put your phones away, and I probably should have listened.
You were
karma.
You were Tommy the Texter.
Always my karma.
And I was Susie the seat kicker.
And And in the movie theater, they have really bad service. So I'm like, please, Lord, don't make this go through. Usually, like, your text
You try deleting, you do everything, but it goes through.
Usually it like doesn't actually send right away, especially if it's a picture when you're at the movies.
So it sends.
I immediately tried to go airdrop mode. Boom, the text already sent. I was like...
But what do you do at that point?
you.
I think I would just ignore it and just not answer.
He wrote back question mark. And then I just wrote...
Wow, you made it get to the point where he was able to put question mark.
I think I just wrote, sorry, and then I answered him. Like, as if, like, I didn't even
But
offer
you know what?
an
I
excuse.
agree with that answer. That's a good answer.
But you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even offer, like, I just meant, like, sorry, didn't even... You know what I mean? I'm not even
Veronica.
gonna... It's because the more you give, the more you're lying.
The more you're
like,
lying.
sorry, I accidentally screenshotted because somebody coughed on me, and then I accidentally pressed send with my eyelash. I didn't even know you could touch with your eyelash.
Oh my God.
And
Or like
send.
my phone is jammed and I don't even know what happened. I actually didn't even take the screenshot. I don't even know how it
Actually,
got there.
who is this? Who are you?
Guys, if you are doing
Less is more.
anything wrong, manipulation is also a tactic of the least information you give, the best.
Yeah.
The more you blab your mouth, the more you get caught in shit. The more you keep shut, the more safe you are. Trust me.
So I literally
What
just
am I,
said...
a pro liar?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Babe, I swear I don't lie.
Yeah, how am I supposed to believe you now? Your boyfriend's going...
Useless. Literally.
But yeah, I just said sorry and I moved along.
Wow, we have
I
some...
wasn't as crafty as you.
We have some crazy stories. But you know what, though? I had no choice. Like, I had no choice. I had no choice. But honestly, I don't know which one's worse.
I don't know how you
Messaging
thought
a
about
married
that,
man that I found out was married after I made out with him, and then messaged him.
Hey, what time's our appointment at? And he said, not.
He said 2 p.m.
He said, actually, what kind of appointment you talking about, huh? But
so yeah, guys, write in the comments if you've ever hooked up with somebody who was married and you didn't know, or you knew. I feel like you've been in a situation where you didn't know either.
it happened to me once that somebody...
Okay, but wait, would you do it if you were single and you really like this guy and you know he was in a situation where he couldn't get out, but you guys really had feelings for each other? Would you in your life ever consider at a time doing that?
So it's because my initial answer is no. For
Right.
many reasons.
Because you want to be a people's people.
It's not even that. It's just like, no, it's not my vibe at all. Like, I'm not one of those people that gets off on drama, because there are people that like to have the problematic, like, I'm not that person. But also,
It's an
literally
adrenaline
love
rush.
when you're really into somebody, like, your morals are a bit wavy. So I don't want to say that I would never do it, because that's how I feel like I would literally never do it.
Yeah.
But you never know. Shit happens. At the end of the day, shit happens. But I would never go out of my way to go for somebody that I knew was married.
Absolutely.
Like, maybe if it was like I found out after and we were already like, then I would be like, oh,
well, that's even worse, because then he lied to you about it.
Yes, but I would be more conflicted. Like, if I knew he was married, I would not even go near this man at all. I'm just not that person.
I think the thing about married men especially is they have this like vindictive way of like saying how like unhappy they are in their relationship, and they really make the person that they're trying to get feel so superior and feel like I'm telling you, like, if I didn't have this whole knot and this tie, like, it's not that easy to just leave, and that whole manipulation, it could really get a girl fucked up. Absolutely. And it could really make them feel like what they have is so special, and then they start like having to justify to their friends, and they feel like even when their friends are going, hello, wake up, you're crazy, he's not leaving his wife for you, and you're so under this spell that they put you under that you can't see clear.
I think there's a difference, like I'm saying, somebody who's like a homewrecker and who goes out of their way to like, because there are people that will literally, like, I know people that go for people that are in relationships or that are married, but sometimes you can end up in a place where you're manipulated almost, like, and it's totally true. You get under this spell where they're like, oh, we're like literally about to get divorced. Like, we don't even talk anymore.
It's because
like,
we have kids and we're young, like, but eventually we will.
We already agreed that we're, like, there's so many
I've never
ways
had
that
something more special than with you, and it's
Yeah.
like, guys.
People can be really manipulative, and I think
but also, like, I feel like even for me, there was a time in my life where I really got off on the fact of a guy being emotionally not available. Like, to me, that was like, I wanted it more. So the idea of like somebody not texting me made me want them more. Or so I really understand how people get in that situation. And honestly, even when I made out with that guy and then I found that he's married, I said, does it really matter at this point now? Like, it's crazy because you get in a situation where you get so excited and then you're like,
yeah. But it's fucked up.
Then my morals come in and I'm like,
Yeah.
Alessia, remember who you are. You ain't no side bitch.
Everybody,
You a front run bitch.
everybody gets those things. I feel like you can't say, oh, I would never do it, because when you're in the situation, it's totally wildly different. Don't be a fucking homewrecker, but sometimes you end up in these situations.
But
like,
also being like an adrenaline junkie, it's like, I can't explain it. There's something that gets off on it. Like, it's fun. It's exciting, which is scary in a way. But I think once you realize like what it is to actually have somebody 100% devoted to you, you see that like that shit doesn't matter anymore. You know?
I think what I've seen is that people that tend to like stay with married men or people that are in relationships, or like, let's say, be the side piece, because it could be guy or girl, whatever, it tends to be when they haven't had a meaningful relationship themselves, because they don't understand like the severity of what they're doing. They're just like, oh, whatever, well, he's cheating on her without somebody else anyways. But once you're in like a real meaningful relationship and you are the girl that would be cheated on, you're like, holy shit, like,
I would never want this to be.
I would never fucking do that.
1,000,000%.
So I find a lot of the time that's why married men go for younger girls, or, you know, it's always like that younger, more naive, like less experienced, because it's once you've experienced like that real relationship, you're like, I would never do that to somebody, you know?
Yeah. Once you realize your worth and that you're not worth sharing because you have so much value, you
and also that you just don't want to do that to somebody.
Yeah, but I also think it's fine if you've ever been in that situation and like you've learned from it. I just think the like home wrecking is not cool either. So I think
also I would never want somebody to leave somebody to be with me.
No, because then I don't know what you're thinking, but sweetie, he's doing it to you too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and even if he won't, for the whole relationship, I'm gonna be thinking that he might.
1,000,000%.
So what's the point?
Yeah,
you know,
you left her for me. Who you leaving me for?
Yeah.
This girl was like really like, I'm gonna hook up with him. I don't care that he has a wife and kids. She was like, I don't give a fuck. And she was like, honestly, think about it. Like, if he's not gonna hook up with me, it's gonna be someone else. So might as well take my shot. And I'm like, yes, I see what you're saying, but also no.
The only time it's ever happened to me, I was traveling, and it's a lot different when you're traveling because you really don't know who anybody is. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in your city, you kind of have an idea who everybody is. Like, you kind of know who's in a relationship, who's not, yada yada.
Yeah.
So I had met this guy while we were at the hotel. While we were at a party and stuff, and we were just like having fun, partying. I found him super cute. We were like flirting.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, like, what's your Insta? And he was like, oh, I don't have Insta. Like, are you serious? And he was like a well-dressed, like, he had like swag, I guess you could say. And people who dress like that always have Insta. Always have Insta.
They're no Gucci mama
but
without
they're no
the Gucci.
like hidden in the corner, don't care about looks. Like, clearly you
dress if you're dressing this much to impress, you're impressing on Instagram.
Exactly.
You're posting a gym pic.
Exactly. But you're like, you know you look good. You're gonna somebody with an Insta. Yeah. Guaranteed. True. So he's like, I don't have an Insta. I was like, really? That's really weird. And he's like, yeah, I deleted it. No, fuck Insta.
Okay, he's selling me.
But I was sold. Also, I was like blackout drunk. So if that can be an excuse.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's so hot not having an Insta, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then we hook up, whatever. And then somebody pulls me aside and says, one of the girls there pulls me aside and says, hey, like, I know you guys are like we had already like made out and everything at this point. She's like, hey, I saw you guys talking. She's like, I just want to let you know, I'm pretty sure he has a girlfriend. Wow. And I was like, what? And these girls were actually from Toronto. I was like, whoa. So she was like, pulled me aside. She's like, I'm pretty sure he has a girlfriend. I was like, really? But
wow,
why would he? And they're like, yeah, like, I'm just letting you know. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? And then at the end, I was like, hey, do you have a girlfriend? Like, what's going on? He's like, no. Like, then started being all sketch. And then I was like, hey, but why would somebody say you have a girlfriend? They're not even like, you didn't even come here with them. You just met them here. Why would they say you have a girlfriend? He's like, well, it's because like, no, like, I don't, like, it's just we're like broken up, right? And I was like, oof. And then I ended up finding his Instagram and literally seeing in his bio like lock with her like initials.
It's always the one with the locks.
I was like, you're disgusting. And he was literally trying to get me to go upstairs to his room, and I was like, no, like, I don't trust you that you don't have a girlfriend, and like, I'm not getting into this bullshit. Like, don't bring me into this. Like, at least tell me the truth. Like, Don't make me, you know what I mean? Now I'm hooking up with you and I think that you're single and then I have to live with it after that. I mean, you know, like,
yeah.
no.
We got a question, and the question was, who's most in the wrong? The person who cheated or the person who was cheated with? So I guess either the person doing it
Or the
like
side
the
piece.
side or the side piece. The person doing it, sorry. The side piece has no connection and owes your boyfriend or the girl nothing.
I mean, look, either one, you're probably not
you're
not doing the right thing.
Right.
But the guy is, I'll never.
I just, the guy has an attachment and a commitment to the girl.
Yes.
The girl who's not.
Perfect word.
Yeah.
Commitment.
The girl who's literally the side piece, she has no correlation to any of it.
At the end of the day, they don't owe you anything.
No.
So if they want to be a shitty person, they can. But it's like, this guy is literally choosing to fuck, or girl, whatever, because cheating. This person is literally choosing to fuck you over directly.
Yeah.
You're in a relationship, they fuck you over. That person is absolutely more in the wrong.
Yeah. That's why when you go for a guy, just make sure like your foundation is really strong and you feel like you can trust them.
I hate when girls find out like their guy is talking to a girl and they go after the girl.
They're
like, stop messaging.
I never
my
understood
man.
that.
I'm like, tell your man to stop messaging her. Like, what?
I never understood that.
I'll never understand that.
Okay, so our next question is advice for those who have been cheated on. So this is tough, okay? Because at the end of the day, nobody knows if they've ever been cheated on. Like, we can say, yes, oh my God, my boyfriends have never cheated on me. Nobody knows, honestly.
That's the scary part.
That's the scary part. So you really got to go with your gut feeling. You have to have a good foundation with your boyfriend, and you have to trust. Like, your gut could tell you, no, I don't think he is. But at the end of the day, you're never, like, hey, you could be 100%. Like, how do you say this? Like, you could be 100% sure, but...
It depends on everybody's relationship, but there's always that chance.
There's always that chance. So what advice would you give somebody who was cheated on?
I mean, the way that I think about it, and this is also the reason why like, sometimes I'll like say something about cheating, like, oh, they would never cheat on you, like, you're so pretty, blah blah, and I'm like,
never say that.
I'm like, listen to me. And this
J-Lo got cheated on. Anybody
can. Fucking all the Kardashians, like, literally
it doesn't matter who you are, how rich you are, how pretty you are. If you're the prettiest girl in the world, literally a lot of people gets cheated on.
Everybody has gotten cheated on. So I don't, and that's just shows looks is not enough for a relationship. But it's just like, people, when they get cheated on, they start feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough. He went for somebody prettier. He went for somebody better looking, or she, or whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with like you as a person. And obviously every situation is differently, but you need to like not take that as something you did wrong and really realize that they did something wrong.
And I think advice I would give you is that whenever you're talking to somebody else, don't automatically put them in the same bubble as like, oh, they're going to cheat on me, and bring those bad vibes and bring those like insecurities. You have to remember that just because that person did it doesn't mean the person after will. But if you start acting very insecure and stuff, you might bring that upon you. So just make sure to keep your head up high, do things that you love, and focus on yourself.
But I think it's just like remembering
and time.
I think getting cheated on really puts down like your self-worth, and you feel like, wow, somebody chose somebody else over me. But it's really about looking at the situation and realizing that it has nothing to do with you. Remembering who you are, remembering how much you're worth, remembering that like you are an amazing person and you deserve somebody who would never do that to you, and it's them. Like, literally, if somebody cheats on you, they fucked up, and it has nothing to do with you. You know?
And trust me, in the long run, they're the ones who are gonna feel it more. Once you move on, after, you have no baggage left in you. You have, you know what I mean? Like, for them, after, they have to live with that. So just remember that also. Yeah. Getting back into hooking up, dating after breakups. Any tips?
Like hooking up with people after don't do it if you're not over your ex.
Best advice.
What I will say though is, like, to get over somebody, I like to have like attention from other people, and that like gets me out of, because when I'm like stuck on somebody, like I can't stop thinking about them. I really have that mindset where I'm like obsessed. So I like to go out and like get attention from other people and flirt with other people, but
just to remember who the fuck you are.
But just to like have that like oh, other people can make me feel good,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But don't start jumping into dating and like starting something. Like, I wouldn't start going on like real dates where you have to like show up emotionally in a
Yeah.
sense. Like, have fun, maybe like hook up a little, whatever,
And
kiss somebody in a club, but don't start doing shit where you're gonna be crying in some guy's bathroom at 2
And
a.m.
also don't rush into another relationship just to show the person that you were with before that you're happy and you've moved on. Because let me
You're
tell
not
you,
over them.
you're not over them.
yeah.
Okay. Told me he was married 6 months in with his whole wedding video. What the fuck? 6 months in, you would think he's hiding it from you, and then he pops out a video. I'm confused.
Wow. I hate men.
Honestly, asshole. That's the answer.
Thank you so much for listening. As always, comment down below.
Don't forget to
subscribe.
rate us 5 stars, and see you next fucking Monday.